Sorry about that, folks. So welcome back to my channel. It's Richard Macintyre here, and it's really good to be here today. It is Thursday the 29th of August. I was just checking that Mr. GoPro Hero 4 was working there. It's been a while, and I've been doing some uploads of some really lovely records, but I thought I'd just give you a general update today. And then I've got some other videos I'm going to make today. So as I'm on holiday, the idea was that this week, this wonderful week, we've had some really lovely temperatures here in the United Kingdom. Today's 21, according to my weather station, perched outside this window of my office here in Maidstone in Kent. It's really sunny. We've had some really great weather. I was intending to go up to Cambridgeshire, to March in Cambridge to do some more paramotoring on the course I'm on, but unfortunately my trusted steed, my Mondeo, as I call him, went for an MOT, and they found that the emissions was off the emission scale. Well, the emissions were off the scale, which I'm trying to say, and so they investigated that. That was last Friday, and today's Thursday, the following week. They found that the inlet manifold was loose, and that's why things weren't too good. And so they've had to order some parts at Ford Haynes in Maidstone. The guys there have been keeping me well informed about what's been going on. Secondly, that it's actually, I took out the extended warranty last year, which has really paid for itself now, because that's at least 3 hours work, I would imagine. They will take the alternator off and all the other bits and pieces. So I'm just waiting to hear back from Haynes either today or tomorrow, and then obviously get back on the road. Obviously I've got my second car, which you've seen in previous videos. If you haven't checked them out, Passio, which is my Spider 124, and he's been having some upgrades recently himself, which and I do intend, as I promised, I do intend to do a video about all of the bits with him. So but the weather's been absolutely amazing, so there's been plenty of top-down weather to drive to the station, so that, you know, on my way back from work, and that's been really lovely warm weather. Certainly if you're into you know, open top cars, that is definitely a good time to be around, even though the UK doesn't have always the best weather for top down. And apparently it's said that the biggest expenditure on cabriolets is actually in the UK. What is it about us? We obviously make the most of our weather. That's what I think it is about anyway. But and to couple that, I went to the Festival Italia at Brands Hatch on the Sunday the 18th of the month. So that was a fantastic event. Though we had rain in the middle, I got a showcase position there, which was great. Lots of very good interest. And if you were there, I'm sure that you must have seen my car there, that little red number, the Pocket Rocket. And I took my good friend Tom with me, so he had a really nice day out. And yeah, hot dog, not the Italian food, hot dog and a nice ice cream. And we had to be there really early, so 8:30 in the morning, and to have that showcase. So it's really good. And I got my Festival Italia sticker, which is, you can't see that because it's one that sticks in the window, and the other bits there. So the latest upgrade is I've had a neck space dash cam fitted, just to make sure that that those people that drive a little bit dangerously, if anything happens, at least I've got it on video. You know, so, and the rest of it. But so yeah, so my week's not been that good in terms of paramotoring, but never mind. I've got another week booked at the end of this month. I've flipped my holiday from October, and I've also booked into what looks to be a really nice bed and breakfast, the Four Winds, actually at March in Cambridgeshire. If anyone knows that particular establishment, it's got a really good write-up. So on that basis, so yes, I'm not wearing my microphone at the moment, so hopefully you can hear this all right. Here it is here. I might actually put it on, so because I always feel this microphone really has been doing very well. There we go, that's better. And one of the two of the things I've been doing, I've been uploading quite a lot of records that I've collected. Bought some on eBay of Jean Cavell. Now Jean Cavell is actually a Canadian singer, but he sings in French and English, obviously Canadian English probably, but it sounds very nice. If you've been following me on my videos, my channel, then you will have that you'd have heard his amazing voice, and there's something about French singing that I find very, very attractive. I don't know what it is. It's a romanticism, I think, in the voice, and obviously there's been a part. But Jan Gravel isn't that well known. I can find hardly anything about him on the internet. Certainly there's no CDs on him as far as I'm aware, unless people can tell me otherwise. But he's got some really lovely songs out there. So somebody's at the door, so I'll have to break for a second and get back to you. Hang on a second. Well, I am back again. Hopefully it's working. I am back again. Just a couple of packages come there. So what I intend to do today was just to update you really about one or two things. And one of those things is I've got some rather sad news. Excuse me, blowing my nose. If anybody you follow the video channel EMG Kernel, you might have noticed that he's not been broadcasting recently. He often does it from the preceptory of his Cambridgeshire establishment, or Oxfordshire establishment, I think it is, and often says how well he's doing, the rest of it. But I had some sad news. Jonathan Holmes, who's a member of our Memory Lane Society, posted on Facebook that in fact he died, or something he died back in January. So anyone who's a follower of EMG Kernel, I can only follow my condolences to his family and his friends. He used to quite regularly put an update on the Whitley Gramophone Society yearly event in a hall there, and I thought the guy had got an amazing sense of humour. Some of the things he come out with, played a lot of records, always started with showing you the label, which was always out of focus, which I always find amusing, and he used to play it on that amazing EMG Expert Junior machine with a Melthorpe soundbox. So those of you who know that channel, and I'm very sorry, we've also lost another great guy really, and we lost a further one with River Huntington passing away the end of, I think it was middle of last year. So who used to collect Philips machines and do lots of broadcasting as well. And he was based down in Hastings, and I did actually go and see him on one occasion and view his amazing collection of railways as well. So I had a really lovely afternoon down there. So and condolences to anyone who knows him, but also to EMG Kernel. I'm sorry really that he's passed away. A great loss to our music society events if you're following that. But hopefully you've been enjoying all my uploads. We've now got 1,134 subscribers, and that's really quite amazing, and plenty of views coming through. I would be interested to know what you think of my uploads. I've using iMovie to put the videos together, and hopefully the format that I've got is quite simple now, so I can upload fairly quickly using the same sort of process, and on that basis. Also today I intend to upload another couple of videos on my project side. So for example, I've dug out from my vast collection of record players waiting to be refurbished, I've managed to find a nice little the French theme continues with a nice little French melody electric machine, a portable electric machine that I found. Got an amazing sound for 78s. And also similarly, there's a 104 HMV 104 wind up table grand that I've had in the workshop for 2 years now. I was going to repair it for a friend and a neighbour, and so anyway, in the end, cut a long story short, he said would I be interested to buy. I said yes. We came to a price, and I've now got it waiting to be done. So another one there, but lovely oak machine, needs a little bit of work done on it, probably a service and some work on the fretwork, very similar to the work that I did on the Decca 74, which you've been looking at. You've also been hearing the Decca 130, which is that machine that I purchased from a gentleman whose mother had it, and had it little bit work done it, and I've done some more work since, and I've done refurbished the sound box on that. So loads going on. Also, I've got some 78 records here that I'm going to show you. So what I'll do is we'll do a bit of that, and then I'll move it on, and speak to you soon. All right, see you a second. Right, okay, guys, welcome back to my channel, one and all. Just played back the last 2 videos I've made that were part of this series, and I have to say, don't you look fat sometimes? This t-shirt makes you look fat. I have to say, I had to go on a sudden diet over lunchtime just to make sure that I looked okay for the coming videos there, but I think it's the way I was sitting. But anyway, your comments, I'm sure, will be fine on that one. As I said, I've got some 78s that I found recently in the Demelza House, which is a charity, hospice charity for young children based over in the Medway area of Kent. And so I found these very nice records. They were actually in a box, all stacked together, no covers at all. And so the lady on the counter wanted £2 for these. I negotiated that back to £1 actually. Though I said 50p, she came back and said £1. So I've relented. They are extremely nice. This one particularly is by Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra, and it's with the chorus by trumpet and chorus by Ziggy Elman, and it's Swing High, a foxtrot. So if you like these records that I'm showing you, then by all means, I'd love to hear from you, and I'll play requests. I've done some requests before, and they are really, really nice. So that's and they're on the sort of purpley HMV label. The B side to this is this one is Opus 1, which of course is quite famous with Tommy and his orchestra there. Really lovely rendition of it. And they're not in bad condition actually. I've given them a clean up and they've come out really good. The next one is Hopalong Cassidy and the Story of Topper. This is on a Junior Records. I quite like these. This is the B-side. Oh yeah, Series 1, the B-side. And Warren Foster, William Boyd music, and Billy May. I haven't played this yet, so I'm looking forward to that as well sometime rather on the Capitol label. The A side is Hop Along Again. It's obviously a story, and looking forward to that. So it's on the CJ 101. I know some of you collect these records, so I just thought I'd throw these in. The next one is At the Woodpeckers Ball, and it's obviously by Woody Herman and his orchestra. Another great dance band number. Been around a while, this one, and really, really, really nice. And in fact, I've just been listening to Phonotone Classics actually on the internet, and they've been playing some amazing acetates by Glenn Miller on there. I've got some of the transcription stuff of his broadcast that he did. And one of the things I didn't realise about Glenn Miller is that he was particularly fastidious about his music, and he used to make the orchestra practice many times, and had a saying that if you can't swing alone, you can't swing, which I think is a really good one actually, in terms of musicality. Anyway, that's the A side, and the B side for this one is Big Wiggin in the Wigwam, which is really nice. Again, I haven't played these yet, but I know the title, so it's on the Brunswick. Very, very nice. Sleep Town Train Foxtrot by Glenn Miller. Oh, I've just been talking about good old Glenn. And yes, and then the other thing they mentioned that was on there was that the broadcast, the transcription discs, had a more relaxed approach to them. And that's probably why I quite like their music. It's on the. I've got some C discs, I think they're called, and V-discs. Sorry, the V-disc ones. I've got some V-discs, which of course can only be played on. They're 78 on electric type machines, but they're really very, very nice. I think if you go back to one of my previous videos before HD came in, as it were, you might be able to pick that up actually. So if I find it, I'll put it on the link for you down below. So just to mention that, as I mentioned earlier in this broadcast, I'll put a link to EMG Colonel, and which is his friend has taken over his records and been playing them without any commentary, I have to say. So I'll put that link down below, and also to River Huntington. There's a his channel is still running, so if you're interested at all. But I'll be interested to hear from you actually on those, both those people, or something else I thought we might slip in here. If you know of a really good site that you think would be worth me looking at and having as part of my subscription list, then by all means let me know, because I regularly change my subscriptions, and I was going to do a separate video about that anyway. Some of the things that are really good on the internet and through YouTube, which I watch YouTube more than I think I watch terrestrial television now. Even Netflix, I think I watch that because it's quite snappy. There's some really interesting stuff on there. Today I was watching Jay Leno's update about his car garage, and there's some really amazing engineering stuff. If you're interested in engineering stuff like I am and how it all works, then these channels are really for you. Anyway, Sleepy Town Town by Glenn Miller. And on the B-side, Jukebox Saturday Night, Glenn Miller and his orchestra, vocals by Marion Hutton. Wow, has she got a voice? And Tex Bennett and the Modern Airs there. So from Stars on Ice, and obviously from a film there. Nice number that. I don't think I've played that one yet, but if I have, if you want it requested, then by all means let me know. When the Red Robin, Quick Step again by Lou Peringer. Now I haven't really come across much of his stuff, but he's got a really nice way with him and his orchestra there. And the Sunnysiders are on the vocalist on this particular 78. Really very, very nice. Really enjoyed that one. And the B-side for this one is Smoke, Smoke, Smoke. This one really made me laugh. I've really got to do an upload of this. I mean, talk about PC nowadays. You wouldn't, Smokey never did me any harm. One of the lines on this, again by Lou Peringer. And very, very nice. He's quite famous. I didn't realise how famous he was until I looked him up on the internet, but he's really good. So there's another one there. Next one, this one I really like. This is following my French theme. I found this one, La Rue de l'Amour, and it's featured in the film La Rue, if you pronounce that. My pronunciation is not that wonderful, but sung in French by Anton Welbeck and Wellbrook, sorry, and the Vanilla Bohemian Orchestra. This is a very, very nice number, actually, I have to say. Really nice number. I will do an upload of that at some point. The B-side for this one is the Blue Waltz, which is not sung. It's just, it's literally just a number there, but it sounds really, really nice. And I played this on the Decca 73. Sounds fantastic on that machine. It's got a real tone to it on the Palaphone label. Get that right, and so it's really good. Next is Charlie Kurtz here, the Kurtz Melody, number 7. This is a very, very nice record. I've given this a clean. I had this amongst the collection I had from Greenwich some years ago when we closed a care home up there, and these were left behind, just chucked in the corner, and this one came on the Storino label. 1453 is the number. Very, very nice indeed, and it's 2 parts to that, so it's very good. Palaphone again, the Concerto for Trumpet by Harry James. Nice trumpet piece here by Harry, and very, very nice indeed. So, and the B-side is Trumpet Blues and Contemptible, I think that says. So by Harry James, yeah, okay, it's a very, very nice number there. And we have got, I can't read that, how something or other, the Andrews Sisters. I just love the Andrews. What's the B-side of this? Let's have a look. Sorry, I can't read that right. So, we are Near You, I think that one is. Again, I'm really fond of the Andrews. I've got some of their stuff on LP from the 40s, and very, very nice. And again, really nice melodies on this particular record. So, I'm Always Chasing Rainbows by Perry Como. Very, very nice one, this. If you're a Perry Como fan, with Russ Cube and his orchestra. Nice number, this one, on the HMV label, BD1130. And on the B-side, we have got You Wouldn't Be Satisfied Until You Break My Heart. So again, by Perry Como and his Satisfiers, okay, and Russ Care and his orchestra. Okay, very, very nice. None of these were in covers. That's why they're in these white covers. So yeah, I have trouble getting brown, actually. If anyone knows where I can get some brown H78s, I'll be really nice, really interested. Trying to get both the 10-inch paper in brown, and also, well, 10-inch paper anyway is quite hard, but also plastic 10-inch. I've had trouble getting those as well. I have found some second-hand ones that I bought recently for £8, which arrived today, which is why I had to go down and answer the door to the postman. But they are quite like hen's teeth almost now. But yeah, so quite good that. And this is Lou Had a Baby by Spike Jones. Yes, this is a nice number as well. Played this recently, quite nice. And the B-side is I Walked on Your Wedding or something. Let me just have a look at that in more details. I Went to Your Wedding, sorry, take that back, on the HMV label. And then last two, Love, Tears and Kisses by David Wheatfield. I like David Wheatfield's stuff with the Mandivani Orchestra. David Wheatfield, of course, was on Opportunity Knocks, and that's how he became quite famous. And I've also got some of him singing on 45 of EPs, as well as a 10-inch LP. David, sadly, died of lung cancer, and there's on the front of the 10-inch album, it shows him holding his cigarette, which I think was rather ironic, really. But smoking in those days was not thought of as a bad habit like it is today. And then Clara Ma on the other side of that, on the B side of that, very, very nice record on the Decca album. It's an HMV cover. So Brunswick label here, and it's Blues in the Night by Bing Crosby. I love Bing Crosby. I know some people don't particularly like his songs, but I think he's a really good croner, and some of the early stuff is really very, very addictive, I think, his serious singing. So that's that one. And the B-side is Deep in the Heart of Texas. That's quite a nice record as well, and again in the wrong sort of cover on the polyphone, and in fact it's a Brunswick. And last but not least is Gold and Silver Waltz by Winifred Atwill and her orchestra. Again, good old Winifred, and I've got some of her other stuff on 10-inch disc. The big side of this one is Jubilee Rag, which is quite nice. So there you go, that's a selection of 78s, and a quick run through there, and I'll just switch them over and we'll find some others to look at. Right, well, we're here, we have a real gem. This beautiful card, there's a bit of history to this. This card and others, and a load of very nice LPs and 10-inch, I found in the bottom of the Melody French record player, and it was only by accident that I came across these. I've had this in my possession for quite a few years. I'd say about nearly a decade now. This machine's been sitting. It was sitting in the front lounge, and then after that went into the garage in the workshop there, and it's been stacked. And I just was examining it, trying to find how to get into the bottom so I could check the valves and make sure that it was all right and all the rest of it. And woe and behold, I found this card record and also another one from Notre Dame. But this one is the most iconic. This dates from 1955. The number on it is called Mum, the Most Beautiful in the World. It's sung in French, and I'm not sure the artist because I've looked it up. It's a woman singing it, but it's really very nice. So I am going to do an upload of this particular one because I've got a frame for this because I've kept it flat because otherwise it tends to buckle a bit, and it is starting to lift. Let me just show you if I show. It's starting to lift about here, and so you have to be a bit careful. It's obviously on acetate. Sprayed onto the card and then printed. The other records that came with this, I'll show you, the hole in the centre is too small, you can't play those, and I'm just not going to do that. I'm just going to, well, unless I get a record player that was a removable disc centrepiece that you could just put them on and play. But anyway, I just think this is so iconic. There's even a Citroen Traction Avant down here in the front of the picture. We've got probably some Renaults and a Volvo, looks like there, or other French car. And there's a policeman here, French gendarme, with his hand on his hip, which I thought was quite funny. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful piece of the iconic Eiffel Tower in Paris. And I just think and the cloud formation in that, I just think it's a lovely thing that should be mounted. So I've got a frame for it, and I'm going to do some work putting the title of the song that's on there. I've also been using it on my Richard's Music Room channel as part of our main channel, sub-channel, and you'll see it at the beginnings, particularly when I'm playing French records. But I just thought it was so iconic there. So yes, okay, so let me hold with me and I'll show you the other records in the collection. So here we go. This is the Notre Dame, and this is clearly a piece of music, choral music, I suppose, is the way you'd put it. Really, very, very nice. And it came in this envelope as well, and it says "Attention, disque par le parlier." So I obviously mustn't bend it in any way. And you'd probably, if you look at the back of this, you'd actually send it as a card. And like the one I've just shown you there, this is a phonoscope, it's called. This is a phonoscope card, I suppose, the one that I was showing you with the Eiffel Tower on it, look. Yeah, so, and it's, at the bottom it says, Man la place Bel Air du Mont on there. I've looked that up, and that's how I found the song title, and it came out in about 1958, so I think that's probably right. The other one, as I say, it came with this very nice card. It was all in the bottom of the record player because it was kept flat, and I'll show you the melody machine when we do I'll do a separate video about that. But it's such a beautiful card, and as I say, I have played this one. This one's been kept inside its card, its envelope, so it's quite good. So that's that. The other one is these ones here, which come inside this beautiful bag, and these, look, this is called Amour disc, a disc Amour. Now I haven't played these because they're so delicate. They really are very, very delicate. So I haven't played this one at all. And there's a second one that I'll show you, which is here. I just feel these are so delicate. There we are, that one there. The hole in the middle is too tiny. I need to find a machine where I can take the centerpiece out, and then that will be... but if anyone's interested in these, or has had them before, or knows about them, I'd be really interested to know, because, I mean, they clearly are part of history. And the whole thing, I think, is just so beautiful. And I was really blown away when I opened up and found these wonderful records. And this is only the tip of the iceberg. I can show you something else in a minute. So there we go. It came in this very nice bag as well. So this no doubt was the shop they came from. So yeah, I mean, my French is not particularly wonderful, so I wouldn't like to say anything about that. The other ones I've got are these. Now, this is by Jean Jagel, and this is on 10-inch, and there's loads of these. There's accordion. I love accordion music, so these are really, really very nice. So we've got several of these. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these LPs that have never hardly been played. They're like, I have played them during the evening when I've come home from work and sitting in the bath listening to these, which is in the next room. And this is on the Odeon label. So here we go, and these are all, by the way, these are signed, by the way. They're signed. You can see the signature up here. They're actually signed by the artists, so it's even better. So I think, so clearly whoever had this machine went to a concert with Jean Chagall. So there's that one. There he is with his accordion, a lovely line drawing there. And if you'd like to hear these, I'm very happy to play tracks from this. They're really very, very nice. Second one is Jean Chagall with his troubadours. Again, there he is with his beautiful accordion. Quite a young looking man there on the Odeon label. And the numbers on the back are here. So some very traditional French numbers, again signed by the man himself, which is very, very nice. And then a little bit about him, this chap here called Enrico Maragas. I've got some stuff on him, but I'll come back to him. We've got Andre, you can see that not, Andre Veregen. I can't remember the pronunciation this afternoon, is that wonderful? Let me just raise this up a bit for you on my little needle box here. You might be able to just about see that. So let's see if we might be able to, let me just, and then like that. There we go, that's better. Hey. Sorry, unfortunately the microphone cable is heavier than the machine, so what does it do? It pulls it round all the time. There we go. There we are. That's it. That's good news. There we go.
off that. Okay, right, so I just had a text from somebody. Right, okay, so yes, so this again is a very, very nice number. Nice LP. And this one here is even nicer. This is the Mastei, I pronounce that. Again, there's a variety of artists on here. Paul Cavalier, Andre Bivanos, Robert Terabacco, and I won't go on because I embarrass myself trying to say these artists' names, but they're a very, very nice album anyway. So there we go. And then there we go, Enrico. Now, he looks a bit younger there than he does when this picture was taken, but I mean he's a very, very nice number here. And yes, it says here that what does it say about him? He actually was born in 1938, and it sounds like he's still around today. Actually, that picture I showed you was taken in 2016, and so he's a French singer, very, very nice, and so yeah, very, very good-looking guy. There we are. So Maricus, and then Michael Bonnet is singing. He's again accordion. So whoever had this record player that I'm going to show you later really enjoyed accordion music, and very, very nice, I have to say, very nice indeed. And again, another one by Michael. All of this stack was in the bottom of the record player. You wouldn't have found it unless you took the back off, you know. So, or the bottom off. I was looking for the valves and making sure it was all working. And so much so that it's clearly had somebody done some work on it, because I put it on the Variac and brought it up very, very slowly, and to my astonishment, it actually has been fired up and has been playing, and it's got the most amazing tone and volume. And so nice Piccoli tubes. It's a double valve but single stage amplifier in there. And but anyway, we'll do a separate video on that one. Anyway, that concludes this part of the video today, chat today. Look forward to your comments, and if there's any of those records that you particularly would like to hear from me, then let me know in the comments box below, and I will play them for you. And so I look forward to many more things that are coming up. Just quickly to mention that the Oso Retro show is playing, or is showing on the 29th of the month at Margate. If anyone's interested in classic cars, then that's the place to be. I will be there with my good old friend Mr. GoPro that you're watching this on. And last time I did a video of that, everyone really enjoyed that. I've already got one chap there who's interested in having his car showcase there, and he's got a very nice 1966 Triumph Herald 1200, same colour, similar to the one I had when I was started out, and the car was very old when I had it, and I only paid, would you believe, then about £150 for it. It was all the money I had in the world practically, but it was an amazing thing, and I called the car Cherry because she was a cherry red. But anyway, that's another story. So next time, look forward to seeing you next time, and goodbye for now.